Hey guys, welcome to Pocket Auto Diagnostics. Today we are in something like a 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser. The customer concern is he told me the engine is fine, but when he drive it, the car is not going. The first thing we do, scan for code. We have P0101. So the mass airflow sensor is a big input sensor to tell PCM how much air is coming in. So that will definitely give a problem if the sensor is over-reporting or under-reporting. And because of this problem, it's a drivability problem. So I'm going to switch to my other scanner, which is the ATS eScan. That's the best tool for drivability diagnostics. Okay, so now we switch to the ATS eScan. Just want to scan the code one more time. We are only dealing with P0101. That's the trouble code, and that will be the direction we are going after. Let's select our data pit. We do want to look at the airflow sensor value. Maybe throttle body position. That should do it. Maybe temperature. Yeah, maybe air intake temperature. Okay.
Fuel control, good.
This is my first time using this tool to troubleshoot a problem, so there will be some learning curve.
Calculating time to engine temperature. Cranking battery voltage, good. Good.
Right off the bat, I see something funny. The long-term fuel trim is at negative 15%. Also, the short-term fuel trim is negative too, so that will bring the total trim to negative 30%. Do we have an injector that's leaking?
Warming fast. Calculating time to engine temperature. Engine coolant,
But
warming fast. Calculating time
we have
to
problem
engine
on both
temperature.
banks.
Engine coolant, warming fast.
So the chance of
Calculating
having
time to engine
one
temperature.
injector on each
Engine coolant,
bank
warming
leaking,
fast. Engine coolant, warming fast.
I don't think so.
Calculating time to engine temperature. Engine coolant, warming fast. Calculating time 1 to bank 2 fuel trim.
Okay.
Correction good.
But I see a problem here. I remember this is it's a 3.5 liter. At idle, the mass airflow is reporting at close to 9 grams per second. So it's over-reporting. I am positive. Let's test the fuel trim. Let's do some RPM.
Bank 1 fuel trim. Correction problem.
Let's do a test drive so we can look at the fuel trim a little bit. So we are going to take a test drive and also watch the fuel trim table. We don't need to drive crazy, but safety first. Seatbelt, no cars coming. Okay. As you can see, it looks like all these numbers are on the negative side. So it looks like the mass airflow sensor is skewed. What I mean by that is over-reporting, but at a higher RPM range, it kind of get closer to the reality. let's do the VE test to
fuel
confirm
trim,
my
correction
theory.
Problem. Bank 1 to Bank 2 fuel trim, correction good.
So this engine size is 4.0, elevation, I don't really care. Air temperature, 77, about right. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, here. Let me explain this a little bit, what this graph is. This is how much air the mass airflow is reporting in a graph mode. So the red line is the theoretical curve. And that's how much air this engine is capable to get the amount of air coming in. The yellow line is the actual reported air coming in. Basically, these two lines should be fairly identical to each other. But as you can tell, the yellow line is way above the red line is, so the sensor is over-reporting. It's over-reported by 20%-ish. So, problem found. We know that this car needs a mass airflow sensor. I think I will try to clean it first to see if it helps. So we come back from test drive. We know that the mass airflow sensor is over-reporting. That's why the car is not running right. The next thing we should do is take out the sensor, do some visual inspection. It doesn't go bad all the time, so maybe it just gets contaminated. And then if we don't see it, if it's dirty, then maybe we look at the air box, air duct to see if there's any like something that caused the reading to go skew.
Okay, now excuse me.
Yeah.
Talk about the breathing and air.
Got the sensor out.
Anyway, ngayon mayroon akong tao rito dumating at mobile siya at sine-check yung pero isang engine light VSC or VCB or whatever.
So
Dapat na light yun on.
no, I'm trying to tell you that the sensor is not dirty. Sensor is not dirty. We need to do some further investigation. Sometimes visual inspection is the king. Let me show you what I found out.
Okay, very good. Thanks anyway.
So the owner just told me that the past few months
Okay, very good. Bye.
he has a rat that lives inside his car. Look, so the rat is chewing this. You see rat poo here, okay? And to address our problem, I really think that our sensor is good.
Oh, again, see?
Our sensor is good, but look at this thingy. Let me get my light so you can see. And lots of junk in front of the inlet of the throttle body. Let's clean this a little bit and hopefully we can fix the problem. Look at how much crap inside this thing. My plan is going to cut all these out. I believe they just serve as a extra filter. But this is not a filter, guys. This net is to straight the air to the mass airflow sensor so that sensor can get a good reading. I don't know yet. Why now? Too early to tell. But let's just clean this out first. I think this will be a good video to show that every time you see P0101, P0102, it's not always the mass airflow sensor. And if we skip the visual inspection, we just go ahead and replace the sensor, I will misdiagnose the problem. Every time we change sensor, we need to check power, we need to check ground. We also need to do a visual inspection anything that can possibly skew the reading for the mass airflow sensor. Yeah. So I'm going to put everything back together. Just want to get you a shot on the airbox. Basically, I got the whole screen out. The only thing I'm worried about is this screen for the mass airflow sensor, because that screen is to strain the air out for the mass airflow sensor to get a good reading. But we don't know until we stop the car, so I'm going to close the box and fire up the car. Now we got everything put back together. Moment of the truth. Hopefully that will fix it. Yeah, I love working on newer car. The connection speed is way faster than 1990s crap. I think now I'm already connected. Everything's ready to go. Again, we want to look at the mass airflow sensor.
Correction problem. Bank 1 to Bank 2 fuel trim. Correction good.
Okay, cool. So mass airflow sensor is ready. We want to pay attention to this reading here. We want to see around maybe 4 grams per second. Based on this engine size is 4.0. We still need to wait for the short-term fuel trim to respond. Okay. Look, short-term fuel trim. Now it's adding up crazy. Short-term fuel trim is at positive 20%, and for both bank, and then that's to encounter the negative 14% on the long-term fuel trim. Now the mass airflow sensor, look. It's correct back to 4.8 something. This is fixed, guys. Yeah, we are going to do some driving to verify. Again, we want to do the fuel table monitor. See, now it's green. Remember back then was like red. Right now I'm going to just do a short test drive, and then I'm going to show you the fuel trim table. Okay, let's go. Looks good. All the fuel trim table is all green right now.
Correction marginal. Bank 1 fuel trim. Correction good.
Let's go to do a quick VE test.
Good.
Nice. Let me park my car so I can show you. So look at my mass airflow graph. The yellow and red, now they mirror each other. And then looking at the other side, the mass airflow reporting curve are all in green. And then let me go to the fuel trim table. Look at the fuel trim table, it's all green. So this car is fixed. Just having the right tool will get the job done fast and accurately. So I clear all the lights, and I am positive the light is not going to come back. I think, yeah, this is a good video that to prove the changing code is just a direction. If you just go by the code and then change the part, in this case, you will never fix this problem. The problem is something that affects the mass airflow sensor, so it doesn't get a good reading. The mass airflow sensor at idle was reading at 9 grams per second. The total fuel trim 30% negative. After I cleaned the box, the mass airflow sensor went back to 4.5 grams per second, and fuel trim is down to 10%. That's a good reading. And now this truck is fixed. Thanks for watching, guys.